Hey, guess who's back?
The Stanley Parable?
Again.
Oh.
James, don't you feel guilty about seeing a woman that looks like your wife being killed over and over again? Also, by the way, multiple pyramid heads.
Yeah.
Also, behind him is a crest that is very heavily involved with the cult of Silent Hill.
See that back there? Wasn't that it? That was in one of the cells in the prison.
I was weak. That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this.
So when people say Pyramid Head is specific to James, it's because the game flat out says it's specific to James. So now we have two Pyramid Heads. You might notice that one of them is a very slightly different color than the other one. One is more of a rusty red, and the other one is a bright blood red.
See that? Yeah. Now you're pointing it out.
One for the old death of Mary, and one for the new death of Maria.
Fortunately, they're not very speedy. Even without the big old sword. Is the sword any good on these guys?
No, because you get hit.
Nah, I figured. Kind of seems to be the thing with that sword.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a, hey, isn't it nice that you can have this kind of deal?
Yeah.
So the Pyramid Heads represent James' desire to be punished for his sins.
Okay.
Let's see, they've also been very sexually charged because on top of killing his wife, he also had to deal with the whole sexual frustration of having urges that he couldn't really satisfy with his wife being bedridden from a terminal disease for so long. I got stabbed.
He poked you with a little poker.
So when we saw that one cutscene of Pyramid Head in the apartment with those mannequins.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're done.
Yes,
Alright, we're going home.
They're very done.
Wow, they just gave up. They got bored.
Because James has accepted what happened to him. And they are holding a pair of eggs.
Huh. Well, what are you supposed to do with those eggs? Quit talking about me eggs. Eggs, 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 eggs. We're the Pyramid Head brothers. We don't lay eggs.
Pyramid Head will show up in nowhere.
It totally would, yeah.
As a manifestation of Eustace's sins. Instead of a helmet, it's a stupid hat.
You know what, though?
You know, and also I should point out, I keep calling it a helmet, but that is his head. There is no head inside of it.
Okay. You know what, though? That really does sound like a Courage episode, though.
Mm-hmm.
All Alright. Moving right along.
Mary?
What do you want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. What are you looking at? Get the hell out of here! Leave me alone already! No use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive. Are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James. Wait. Please don't go. Stay with me. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please, James. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not going to die. Help me.
It's like the stairway in Metal Gear, but a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not pumped up to fight any bosses right now. Not pumped up to defeat the Shagohod.
Well, be ready for it. Also, the envelope that the letter
Is
was
gone.
in is completely gone.
You know hang on. This right here, that is a good shot of coming out of that door after that played.
So James is running up, and it's raining, and I believe the water is rising up as well.
Is there a reason that his Silent Hill is all watery?
Yes.
Oh. We'll figure that out, won't we?
You may be seeing it soon because at this point the ending of the game has been decided.
Ooh.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wait a minute. I know her.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Mary?
When will you ever stop making that mistake? Mary's dead. You killed her.
Maria? It's you. But I don't need you anymore.
What? You must be joking. But I can be yours. I'll be here for you forever. And I'll never yell at you or make you feel bad. That's what you wanted. I'm different than Mary. How can you throw me away?
I understand now. It's time to end this nightmare.
No, I won't let you. You deserve to die too, James.
So James, Angela, and Eddie are all here because they killed someone. Laura just lives here, so she doesn't experience any of this.
Okay.
Maria, however, is different.
She's a monster.
She is a manifestation of Silent Hill. Specifically, James's desire to want Mary back. So it creates a Mary for him, but it is a flawed Mary. Okay, and I have exactly one shot left with the rifle.
Make it count. Not the wall. Well, it hit at least.
And you remember how James was going nuts when he first saw Maria about how she looked exactly identical for her?
Yeah.
You can tell by looking at her that she's not identical. She's
No.
very similar. In fact, when the developers described how exactly Maria was similar to Mary, it is the shape of the skull is identical. Everything else, there's some kind of flaw or difference.
It's not much. What is she throwing at you?
Butterflies, because they're a symbol of rebirth.
Okay.
You might also remember the one room in the apartment in which it
Filled
had,
with the butterflies. Yeah.
and she is also floating inside of a bed frame, which we've seen a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Because Mary was bedridden.
Yeah.
She's also trying to kill James by choking him, which we will talk about in a minute because I'm not sure which ending we're going to get.
Okay.
You might notice that she was kind of bandaged up there.
Yeah.
Alright. Only one thing left to do.
With Angela's knife.
That's not a weapon.
Oh.
So what do you want to use?
Boy. It's between the plank and the big sword. I mean, that big sword is supposed to be a penis anyway, so... Do the big smash. Do the big smash.
Alright, let's see if I can hit the exponent hard enough.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. No, that wasn't supposed to feel good. We just killed her a second time.
A second? She died like 6 or 7 times over the course of the game.
Oh, I was just talking about Mary. I forgot it's actually Maria. Never mind. Yeah, this is like the 9th time she's died.
So, somehow we're actually talking to Mary now. This is not a flashback.
James.
Forgive me.
I told you that I wanted to die, James. I wanted the pain to end.
That's why I did it, honey. I just couldn't watch you suffer. No. That's not true. You also said you didn't want to die. The truth is, I hated you. I wanted you out of the way. I wanted my life back.
James, if that were true, then why do you look so sad?
Mary?
James, please. Please do something for me. Go on with your life. In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most. Especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James, you made me happy.
Alright, and that would be the Leave ending.
Were you actually good to go home?
Specifically where you leave with Laura, presumably adopted as his daughter. The thing with the Leave ending is that in order to get it, you have to heal quickly after taking injuries, like not stay too long as injured. Other things that affect it are listening to the entirety of the message at the end of that hallway right there. At the very end.
Yeah.
Also, examining the photo of Mary frequently.
Okay.
One of the other endings is the Maria ending, where instead of fighting Maria at the very top, you end up fighting Mary instead.
Okay.
In order to do that, you have to spend time with Maria. Be careful not to bump into her. You remember when I was running circles around in the day room and said something I did affected the ending?
Yeah.
I bumped into her, which took points off of that.
Huh.
Also, going back to visit her when she is sick in the hotel room, or not the hotel room, the hospital room.
Yeah.
And trying to fight off Pyramid Head when it's chasing after the two of you.
Wow. That's a lot of... well, that's a lot of interesting stuff to affect an ending, not just like, get this item, do this thing.
Yeah, it's so far above other multiple endings. But the ending there involved you and Maria walking back to your car at the parking lot at the very beginning of the game. And Maria is coughing, and James says you should do something about that cough, implying that even though he's moved on, he hasn't really learned anything. And the final ending is the in-water ending, in which at the very end of him talking to Mary on her bed, he picks up her body and goes away with her. And then the last thing that he does at the end of that letter is that he drives off and drives into the lake to commit suicide.
Look at that one.
You do it by not healing very often, having damage on you for long periods of time, examining the message at Neely's bar, examining the knife that Angela gives to you, and listening to the recording in the hotel.
Oh, yeah. What else is there? There's a couple other endings.
Those are the main three endings. The other ones you get by getting all three of those endings and getting specific ones. One of them is the revive ending, in which you find 4 artifacts hidden around the town. And at the end, he is in the rowboat rowing to an island in the middle of the lake with Mary's corpse, with the intention of reviving her with the power of Silent Hill.
Okay, that sounds like a pretty bad idea.
Another one is the dog ending, in which you
That's the best one.
find the dog key and you open up a door in the dark hotel. And you find a control room in which a Shiba Inu is controlling all the happenings at Silent Hill, which James drops to his knees in despair in Japanese.
Where do you get the dog key?
I completely forget, to be honest. I don't have a version. Actually, no, you can't get on here. It's just I haven't played through the game enough times to unlock that ending.
Okay.
And the last one is the UFO ending, in which you get a channeling stone at the bathroom at the beginning of the game, use it at key points, and then Harry from the first Silent Hill comes down looking for his daughter, and then James says that he's looking for his wife, and then they take off out there. They kidnap James.
Sure.
It's a joke ending.
Yeah, I know that one. I knew about that one too.
But the in-water ending is interesting because of the constant water motif. The implication that he came to Silent Hill to kill himself. And how at the start of it he is following Pyramid Head, which is his punishment for his sins, down as he goes down into water.
Yeah.
But I like to think that at the end he starts fighting against it, because it ends with him climbing up a stairway, getting away from the water to meet Mary and come to terms with it. So here's our results for playing through the game.
Boat max speed. That's one of the...
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing on here.
Boat stage time. Huh. Okay.
I got a 5.0 for my rank. I believe the highest is 10.0.
Jeez. I saw 5 and I was like, yeah, 5 stars. That's great. No.
Nope.
It's just 8.
I somehow managed to get exactly 5. Usually there are the big stars and then there are smaller stars underneath it for the fraction.
Ah, it's interesting. Well, we did it. We won and we didn't die.
Just under 5 hours.
Oh.
Save clear data for New Game Plus.
Yeah, what kind of fun things do you get in New Game Plus?
Let's see. You get the chainsaw, which I mentioned very early on.
Yeah.
You get actually, I believe you get secret options.
Ooh. Ooh. Are these
Yeah,
secret options?
Change blood color. I'm not sure what weapon control is. Or size map. Bullet adjust in case you want 3 times the number of bullets, and turn off the noise filter, which has been going on through the entire game.
So what would that do?
Make this very subtle static that's been going over the game the entire time turn off. You'll be able to see it if I went through and turned it
That's
off.
going to make it really creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Creepily quiet.
No, not noise static, visual static.
Oh. Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Let's see. You also, I believe, you get a weapon called the Hyper Spray, which is just this canned spray,
Uh-huh.
which changes the amount of damage it does because it's a weapon based on your last rank going through it. Getting it with a very low score ends up damaging you instead.
Okay. So it's just like you're just like spray painting the enemies to death?
Something like that, yeah.
That's great.
Let's see, was there anything else major?
Is there anything as cool as the Heather Beam?
Not in... Well, the closest to the Heather Beam in this one will be using Pyramid Head's knife.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's so slow. Are there any different costumes? Because I knew there were in 3.
I don't think so. Let's see. I'm trying to Google it, but Google is failing me.
I gotta fill the airspace. So... Silent Hill.
So what did you think of the game?
It was super, super interesting. I knew a lot of stuff about it already.
Careful about bumping the mic.
Yes, I know. I knew a lot about it already because it just exists in Earth. So it's hard not for me to have not picked it up. But I've never done anything with it. I've never seen it played.
Well, there is something I forgot.
Oh?
It doesn't have it on there. Apparently there is an extra riddle mode. I guess it must be on a different version.
What is extra riddle mode?
Harder than hard.
Oh. Ah, nice.
Yeah, I think besides the puzzle with the putting the coins in the drawer,
Yeah,
I think that was the hardest puzzle we experienced that.
probably.
But there is also for re-releases a side game where you play as Maria.
Really?
Yep, leading up to the point where she first meets James.
Huh.
It's not particularly good.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's too bad. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 had that. You did some Operation Ada missions.
But
Ada Wong, but yeah.
that's
Those are really good.
discussion for another time. But for now, I think we could say Silent Hill 2 is done.
I think so.